Sometimes your schedule just works out. Sometimes you have a couple hours that you get to kill. Usually, I use that time to sit in traffic. Today, lucky us, we get to use that time at Universal Studios. Before we actually go down there, we get a chance to look at the one of the houses over there on the formerly known as the Curious George lot. Not much happening, not much really going on that we can see. Nothing that's crazy, like noticeable, but it's up. The facade, I'm not sure if that's the front or the side or what, but the last couple of years, that's where you've entered. That wall is really thick now, like they've got it pushed off that fence line. So it'll be significantly smaller, the queue space. I'm not sure if that's to plan. Maybe that's where the cast is going to have to walk around from the break area to get to that house. I don't know. Time will tell. So we decided to come on a Friday. We got a couple hours to kill, so why not walk around Universal and see what the beginning of the weekend's going to look like here. Fridays are always the precursors to what the Saturdays and the Sundays are going to be. So let's have a look-see at what's going on at the studios these days. All right, my first order of business is always going to be HHN related. So over at the Parisian Courtyard, still just a tent going up. Not really much else. But this is usually one of those things where once the facade starts to go up, it starts to go up really fast. So I'm sure they're just mapping out the inside of it now like they always do. This is the last couple years. It's been Latin American themed. So maybe they continue the trend this year. I don't know, you see the artwork on the little rumors map. It's got the South America with the flower on it. Who knows? I will say, again, like I always say, that the John Murdy originals tend to be the best mazes of the night, so... You sure about that? Maybe that's another trend we like to continue on here. And then we all know by now that we got the news that they're saving this beast for 2026, most likely to coincide with the release of the next Fast X movie, which is fine, makes sense. These things take time. Obviously, I had way too many ambitious ideas as to why they were doing it, as far as like getting rid of Springfield and putting the Fast and Furious land over there at the same time or something. Obviously, that's not what's happening, but there's still a lot going on regardless. I feel like one thing that's going to be happening real soon is these walls, these retaining walls are going to start going up pretty soon, because I'm pretty sure that they're using those as a sound barrier, and then they're digging the loop underneath the escalators over on the other side. They finally got a lot of big equipment over there, but it's only a matter of time before this thing starts going real vertical, I would imagine, right? But still, most of the progress does seem to be happening up there on the top platform. It looks like they added another platform to the back of the one that they just had up that was just by itself for a long time, and they took on a third one over here toward the end here, just behind the little French bistro. So lots of work going up on top too. I know it doesn't look like it now, but there was quite a few people here over in the French Quarter a second ago. More than I've seen in a long time. There was like summer numbers here for a second. I see. They all made their way over here now. This is where the party is. Guess I should be here too. What am I missing, guys? What am I missing? Well, let's go see if what I'm missing is actually in Hogsmeade. Yeah, this is where it's at. Everybody trying to become a wizard or a witch. Hogsmeade's hoppin'. Should be called Hoppinsmeade. Harry Hoppinsmeade, right, folks?
Stop! He's already dead.
Over here at the lockers outside the Harry Potter ride, just like the sign says, patience is requested. They're still not done here yet. I'm assuming they'll be done by probably summertime, would be my guess. From what I can see, though, outside the little scrim area there on the back, it's gonna look super cool. That's still such a great idea to move these out here. It's really gonna like help unclog all that congestion in the line there underneath the castle. Little secret passage isn't so secret anymore. So real quick, while I'm back here just kind of thinking of my thoughts, who is Tyler Childers? I've seen like 3 or 4 people in the last hour with Tyler Childers shirts on. I don't know who that is. I hate when I feel out of the loop. I told myself that when I got older, I would stay at least relevant with my pop culture education, and with each day that passes, I fall further and further from relevancy. So who is that? Is he a rapper or a pop star?
I must know.
And I need you to tell me, because I don't know how to work the Google machine. And even with the 60th anniversary festivities, still only a wait time of 10 minutes for this thing. So you can always count on the studio tour to be low wait time. Springfield, on the other hand, is always just a plethora of good times. Although the ride's only 25 minutes, so that's not too shabby for a Friday night. All right, I'm over it. Time to head down to the lower lot and see what surprises await down there, I guess.
I haven't been this excited since I abused those caffeine pills to get ready for the big show.
And not too much to report here since the last time we were here. Obviously, a lot of the work, it looks like, is kind of transferred to the inside of the maze, what's going on under the tent, probably mapping out all the walls, getting everything fixed in there. Because it looks like they're pretty much done with the structuring of the facade here. I'm very curious as to what this is going to be, because this looks like it can be a number of things. It looks like somebody pointed out, I said a box office there on the right side, but somebody said like a guard station, guard check, and not to mention, again, the artwork for this one is like a some sort of fallout shelter with a little hazmat symbol on it that's on fire. So some sort of zombie-related mess, I'm sure. I don't know. I like it though. This looks super cool. Out at the T-pad, man, they are having a party out there. You see the lumber still laid in stacks next to the tent. That facade, the little billboard, has gone all the way up again. They're probably gonna, that looks like it's just gonna be a billboard. Probably not much more, just a picture of something, maybe with a name on it or something.
Why must you turn my office into a house of lies?
That facade out there at the T-pad is in depth. It looks like there's a couple windows and a couple little doorways. Obviously, there's no detail to it yet, but that's more than just a billboard out there, folks. That could be something similar to what we saw with Monstros last year. Down further in the abyss. And I see the line for the Mummy ride is at expected levels. What do we think, 60 minutes for the Mummy right now? Let's go see how crowded it is down here. This does not bode well for the crowd size. So I've seen worse. I've seen better, obviously. I usually come here in the mornings, but for the crowd that was coming down the escalator with me, this is not bad at all. Maybe they're over in Super Nintendo World. Maybe I go make a lap around there. We caught Prime rolling out, and the Panda's still closed. They must be doing some extensive stuff back there. It's just Chinese food, guys. Oh, geez, speaking of closed, Transformers is closed too. But that's all right. They got the next best thing, cornhole. So those little fans, they rule in the summer, but if it's not hot outside, it gets really cold over there really fast. Into Super Nintendo World I go. Wow, this isn't that bad either, actually. I expected this to be shoulder to shoulder, but it's not. Quite a bit of room to walk around out here today. That's not to say that Bowser's Challenge isn't, a long wait. It's 45 minutes, which isn't bad. That's average, par for the course, I think, for something like this. But for a Friday night, it's not too bad in Super Nintendo World. Bravo. Bravo, Universal, for spacing out the crowds.
I mean, really? Yeah. Explore the space.
Holy monkey.
Have an incredibly high threshold for pain. Holy monkey!
It is 5 o'clock on a Friday night and Toadstool Cafe reservations are still open. What is happening here? Am I in Universal Bizarro World or what? This is crazy. And of course, the little center circle, this is where all the rage was last weekend with their, whatever that convention was that they hosted, I want to say on Saturday? Last Saturday? But now, just another empty courtyard awaiting its next assignment. And what we have here is a story of how diverse this park can be, where you have one ride that's 35 minutes wait, and the one right next door, 5 minutes. Don't worry, Gru, you'll get your day in the sun again. And this, I still stand that this should be Ghostbusters, but if they do end up breaking down and making it a quiet place, I guess I can kind of see it being like a train subway terminal. They've already got the little sign there. However, you can always have a cameo from your boy. So the more I walked around over here, the more I noticed that there's groups of kids all over the place, and now I'm starting to see a bunch of them with the lanyards hanging from their neck, and I realized, duh, grad nights start tonight. That explains all of the lighting trusses that are up around, and the stage that's still down there by Jurassic World, and the groups of kids that are 4 feet taller than I am, making me feel real insignificant. But I guess that also explains why the park closes at 7 tonight as opposed to 9. So that being said, it's time to start heading toward the exit. Man, I really need to keep up with my current affairs because I was clueless as to the grad night thing happening tonight, even though there were signs all over the park. Good thing they weren't snakes. Would have bit me. Anyway, it's time for me to go be a dad and a husband once again. But I did enjoy this trip to Universal. As always, there's plenty of progress going on. There's plenty of movement. I really look forward to summer, and even more so, looking forward to Horror Nights announcement season. That's the good stuff. So until we see you in another park, catch you on that flippity flop.